All right, I'm over here at Helensburgh at one of the 7 tunnels that were built in 1888. Now, these tunnels formed the gateway to what was the old South Coast rail line joining Wollongong to Sydney. Over the years, the demand for the use of the tunnel grew, and that because they were only single line tunnels, they decided to build a whole new set of tunnels, abandoning these tunnels in 1915. I can tell you a couple of these tunnels were used to grow and harvest mushrooms, and the tunnel behind me over here, because it's in a damp environment, was a perfect environment for glowworms. What are glowworms? Now, glowworms, they're not actually worms. Glowworms are the larvae of a fly, of a small fly. Now, these larvae have lots of enzyme which form a chemical reaction making them bioluminescent, and that means that they glow. It's a bluey-green glow at the tail end of the larvae. Now, when you enter these tunnels or caves, most of the glowworms you're going to see are on the roof, on the top of the caves. And that's because each individual glowworm will produce these little strands, little strings, silky strings, they're beaded strings that are quite sticky. Now, other insects will enter the caves, mosquitoes, flies, they'll see the bright lights, head straight towards them, get stuck on these strands, and they eventually become the nutrients of food for those glowworms. Glowworms, that's in probably the 3rd stage. The 4th stage is they become flies. Flies, they start to mate, lay the eggs, and the life cycle goes on. Now, there are a few rules also before entering any of these sort of environments. The first one is we're going to need a torch. It's quite dark inside there. Glowworms don't like direct lights onto them. That could damage or kill the population. So at all times, the lights, keep it faced down on the ground to see where you're going. Enter the cave, the position you want to be, lights off, and just enjoy what you're going to see. You're probably going to want to take photos like me as well. Flash, no good for flashes in there. Just put your cameras on a night mode. The next thing is sounds. Keep the sounds down because they don't like a lot of noise. The sounds down. Also, the other people in there, it's going to be a better sort of environment for everybody in there. This particular place here, it's residential, so keeping the noise down is also good for that as well. Another thing is not to wear any sort of insecticides or insect repellents because we're entering into an insect domain. So you don't want to kill that off. Killing that off damages the glowworms as well. Probably the last thing about this place here also is whatever you take into the place, take it back out with you as well. Now, if you like what you see, you can follow me on my Facebook page and maybe even subscribe to my page as well. Talked enough now, let's go and check it out. Okay. All right, I think it's just about time. I can see quite a few glowworms just up ahead. I think we're just going to turn the lights off and have a bit of a look around. Oh, pretty impressive tunnel. There's a lot of glowworms there. Wow, just wow. This place is like the Milky Way. It's going off. Very, very muddy, so wear the right shoes for it as well. I have been told that the best time to come to this place here is when the sun goes down. So from what I can see there, I think I'm going to come back. Fantastic. It's been a pretty big day today. So we've been at Otford Tunnel. We came over here a bit earlier to one of the other tunnels at Helensburgh. This is also one of the tunnels that dates back to 1888. This tunnel here, this particular tunnel here, is very good for the glowworms. So a little bit earlier, there was a bit more light around. We did see quite a few glowworms. Come back now, it's dark. Got the head torches. We're going to head back in there and see what we can check out.